Good morning, everyone. How is everyone this fine Wednesday morning? It's chilly here in California again. I know, nothing like Alex, Dave, and James deal with, but it's cold. Good morning, Alex.
Morning.
How warm is it or how cold is it over there today?
It's 47 degrees right now.
Ooh, brutal.
And that's not brutal. That's a warm front, buddy. We were down to 11.
Oh, were you really? Do you guys have any snow on the ground right now? Oh, did we lose you?
No, sir. No
Oh,
snow
there
on
you
the ground.
Oh, okay, cool. So I made an announcement on the dispatch. Are you able to go live this evening with President Trump?
We most certainly can try to make that happen.
I wonder if we should switch back to the other format for that.
I'm okay with that.
If we do that, Alex, is there you know how you normally have to hold your phone on the screen? If we go back to the other one, is there a way to make it part of the show?
Say that again.
Well, if we went back to the Restream feed and we wanted to show a separate screen of President Trump.
Oh yeah, I absolutely, because I won't be on my phone. I'll be on my computer.
Oh, so we could have an actual screen up there as opposed
Yeah,
to.
so I can actually put yes.
Okay, maybe we'll do that, and then maybe try it for a while again and see what happens.
I'm all for it.
Okay, cool. Well, let's see what happens. All right, let's see who. Oh, there's James. Good morning, James.
Good morning.
Are you up and about?
Oh, I'm always up, but yeah, I'm about.
There we go. Exactly.
I'm in Iowegian country this morning.
What is that?
Iowa.
Oh, you're in. Oh, are you by Dave?
No, he's clear on the other end of the state.
Oh, gotcha. In fact, where is Dave today?
Dave is at a drone conference.
Oh, I didn't realize he wasn't going to make it.
He said he was going to try.
Oh, gotcha. Okay. Well, just tell him I said he's a slacker if you talk to him before I do.
Okay, I'll do that.
All right. Well, let's see who we have piling in here. Let's see. Vicky Veronica is here. PJ Party. Peggy is here. She said, it's so cold. Burr. I know it is. This is California. What the heck's going on? Wendy J is here. Sherry, howdy, happy hump day from East Tennessee. Boy, that's a mouthful. Wendy said, have you seen Silver? No, I haven't today, but I'm sure Alex is going to get to it. Sassy Minnesota girls here. Nurse is here. PJ Party said, what time? Are you talking about the live for tonight? Well, I think President Trump comes on at 6, so we'll come on maybe 5 minutes before that or something like that.
6 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Eastern time.
Okay, James, can you join us for that, you think?
I will sure try.
Okay, well, let's see how it goes. Mama Bear is here. Good morning, Mama Bear. Grand Rising Sam and fam. Love to hear that. Good morning to you as well. David Morales is here from England and over on YouTube. And Earl Shannon, good morning, guys. I read last night that the Brunson case will be heard December 19th. Now, I haven't heard that. That's not to say that it isn't. But I will certainly reach out to Loy this week and find out what the heck's going on. Let's see. Hey, Brian Dellett is here. So again, everybody, Brian.Dellett.1. We need to get him up to 250 followers. Please follow him so that we can get him on the show. He's doing a lot of great work with veterans, and I'd love to have all of you be part of that. Let's see here. Andrea Lynn 81 is here. She said, you're close to me, James. Oh, she must be in Iowa as well. W.S. Chase said 66.71. Oh, that must be Silver. Well, we'll get to that in a second. Franny Dragonflies here. Joni Singleton 8. Kathleen Paschke over on Facebook. Welcome in, everybody. Welcome in. Charlie's here. Good morning, Charlie. All right, let's see here. Alex, let's get some indices going.
Can do. Good morning, everybody, on this fine Wednesday, December 17th, 2025. Looking at the markets this morning, S&P 500 is down 59 points to 6,740. The Dow is down 142 points to 47,971. NASDAQ is down 303 points to 22,806. Looking at commodities, it's the only part of my report that's going to be up, ladies and gentlemen. Price of oil is up 98 cents a barrel to $56.11 a barrel. Gold is up $33 to $4,365.40. Silver is up $3 to $66.39.
Wow.
Looking at the crypto market, really strange, and I wish I could show everybody the pattern. If you're looking at the charts, almost every single one of the cryptos this morning was cruising along, and then we had this spike in price, like a 2-3%, and then immediately all of them took a 2 to 3%. I mean, it's. Let's see if I can show you. It's strange. These are the things that make me go like, what the hell?
Oh, wow.
So every single one of them, see, we're cruising along and then we get the spike. Every single one of them have done the same thing. But looking at Bitcoin, it is down 1.5% to 86,620. XRP is down 2.4% to $1.88. Ethereum is down 3% to 2,848. Stellar Lumen XLM down 4% to 21 cents. Cardano, see, same thing. Like they all have that cruising slowly downhill. Then we got a spike and then a slam, 4 or 5% slam. Cardano down 4% to 37 cents. That's just weird. That's just weird. Like maybe somebody somewhere is doing things that might be manipulating things. Personal opinion, not sure.
Oh, lost Alex there.
Phone call.
I'm back. So, carry on. And drops. 3,701 from December 17th, 2019 is a link to Twitter, a Twitter link that doesn't work anymore. Imagine that. The swamp runs deep. Sleepers everywhere. Think coats. Wheels in motion. 3,705. National Presidential Alert System 2 in brackets. Why was this created and tested? Political warfare, information warfare. 3007, also from 2019. WW. Thought nothing should ever replace Christ in Christmas. Merry Christmas. God's on our side. And the last two, which are the most recent, also most of these, actually, I think now that I'm looking at it, all of these are from December 17th, 2019, and there's probably 25 posts. But the last post for that day was in first indictment, in brackets, unseal, will trigger mass population awakening. First arrest will verify action and confirm future direction. They will fight, but you are ready. Markers 9.
Well, and that's interesting. So you have quite a few things to look at in that last post. You're talking about President Trump speaking tonight. You're talking about he's coming on at 9 o'clock Eastern time. Marker 9. Does that mean anything? There's a lot of people correlating the fact that President Trump is going to be speaking tonight in relation to that particular drop. And people are saying, is he going to release some information? I don't hold my breath on those types of things. I mean, it's possible, sure, but we've seen this rug pull so many times. Is it possible? Sure. Am I going to anticipate it? No. But again, nobody knows for sure. We'll have to wait and see how it plays out. Let's see. Bieber is here from Colorado Springs. Andrea Lynn 181 said, I'm in Nebraska, but close to the Iowa border. Callie Bixby is here. Kelly Thurman too. Hey, Kelly. She said Trump is coming to be speaking today, the 17th. Interesting. Exactly. And we are going to do a live We're planning on doing a live for that broadcast tonight. Nut is here. Fire Girl is here. Which one is still green? She said, Alex. One of the cryptos.
None.
No, there was one on there that was green.
There's some meme coins that are doing some things. Ski Mask Dog is up 4% to 1 cent.
Interesting.
All of the mainstream blockchains have done the same thing. That I found that and they all did it at the exact same time, which was 9:05 this morning.
A glitch in the matrix.
I don't know.
Hey, Mama Bear's here. Good morning, Mama Bear. Benji 1959. Big Ben is here. Good morning, Ben. Kathleen Garcia is here as well. Let's see. Yeah, and Sassy Minnesota Girl said, and it's the 17th. Exactly. Hey, Dober Mom is here.
With Bitcoin, it was a spike at 9:05. It went from 87,000 all the way up to 90. I mean, it's like 3,000 was a $2,647 jump. Somebody made some money.
Yeah.
But then it immediately by 10:30.
The Trump train. Wait, yes, Ben. Sorry.
By in an hour and a half, it lost all of that plus $1,000. So it spiked, almost 3 and then lost 4.
Yeah, crazy. Absolutely crazy. Tim Shaw 707 is here. Rick Senior is here. Mama Bear said, oh my God, I'll be home for tonight's live. I've got to go to work now. Okay, well, have a good day, Mama Bear. Glad you joined us for a while. Wendy, the Trump trade, exactly. Dina Greer said, can't wait to hear Trump tonight. Yeah, me too. Yes, and Kathleen, I see the squirrels in the chat. I know, guilty as charged. Pure Blood Holly Johns just popped in. Good morning, Holly. David Morales, he said it's 2100 Eastern. Add 90 minutes Trump time. That's 3:30 in the UK. Alarm is set. Exactly. Brian Kevin Wood said LFG. I think we all know what that means. He's over on Facebook. Welcome, Brian. Teresa Faria Contractors here. Good morning, Teresa. All right, James, do we have a military report?
Most certainly we do. To better answer some of your, or answer a question about what's going to happen tonight, this will probably explain part of it. President Trump will be going to Dover Air Force Base for a dignified transfer of the 2 Iowa National Guardsmen killed in Syria. Sergeant William Nathaniel Howard, 29 of Marshalltown, Iowa, and Sergeant Edgar Brian Torres Tovar of Des Moines were members of the 1st Squadron, 113th Cav Regiment. The ritual at Dover Air Force Base honors the U.S. service members killed in action and is one of the most solemn duties undertaken by the Commander-in-Chief. The gunmen who conducted the ambush were eliminated. President Trump promises serious retaliation, and even a bolder statement comes from Pete Hegseth. He says, if you target Americans anywhere in the world, you will spend the rest of your brief, anxious life knowing you will be hunted by the United States, found, and ruthlessly taken out.
Somebody that you probably don't want to mess with.
Well, President Trump's address tonight is probably going to honor both of those guardsmen coming back to the United States, and that has to be part of it. It just happens to conveniently fall on the same day he was planning on making a speech. So whether or not it was coincidental, I have no idea.
Right,
but
exactly.
I guarantee you he's going to be mentioning those 2 men tonight.
I think you're probably right. 100%. Thank you, James. Melissa Flinner said, Alex, I tried to set up a call and it wouldn't let me. Maybe have her send you a message.
You absolutely send me a message, but I will test that right now.
Okay. Let's see. Boogie B said the 17th plus Trump signs a 17-page EO. Oh, I didn't realize he was. I wonder what that executive order is. let's see here. Earl Shannon said, will you be live on YouTube? Yes, we'll be live. Oh, nice hat and mustache. Thank you. Who was that? Charlie? Thank you, Charlie. Yes, we'll be live on TikTok, X, Rumble, YouTube, and Facebook. Same drill as our normal lives. So hopefully you can join us. All right, let's see here. Let's move into some story. Did you get that thing figured out, Alex?
Get what thing figured out?
Melissa Flinner not being able to reach you?
Oh, that'll take me a minute.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, Melissa sent Alex a private message on TikTok, and I'm sure he'll make sure he gets in contact with you.
Yeah. Please do.
All right, so let's go into some stories here. The state of California is suing the Trump administration over $33 million that was withheld due to trucker English proficiency rules. The state is arguing that the funding decision was arbitrary, was unlawful, and threatens public safety. Now, come on. If they don't have the ability to speak English, how can they read road signs? How can they be proficient drivers? It just seems ridiculous to me. James, what do you think?
Well, if you just put yourself in the driver's shoes of your own vehicle, and you're following a semi, or you're in front of a semi that comes up on a hill that says all traffic stopped ahead, and the person cannot read that sign and continues to barrel down the interstate with an 80,000-pound semi, I mean, that stands to reason it's going to be an unsafe condition. I see it every day. I see it out here in the scale houses, on roadside checks, guys getting put out of service. Dave and I had the conversation this morning that 100 plus over in Indiana got jerked out of their trucks.
Wow.
And it's a contagious thing, and it's happening statewide, nationwide, except for California. I got real close over Thanksgiving, and I still see a bunch of non-English speaking people operating commercial vehicles. They come up to you with a phone that has a translated statement on it, and they want you to read it because they cannot speak English.
Wow.
And just like the all traffic stopped ahead sign that these guys are reading, they don't understand what that means. So until they're taken off, all of them off the road, it's not going to be safe.
Yeah, 100%. I agree. Alex?
It's an FAFO, and I think that once the January 1st date gets here, which opens up the big beautiful bill, which opens up funds to accelerate the deportation efforts, we're going to see a whole lot go down.
Yeah, exactly. Hey, Crystal Zeski.
Oh. But I have to mention the White House, the White House social media. Have you seen their version of Jingle Bells?
No. Can you bring it up?
I bet I can. Give me just a second.
Okay. Crystal Zeski's here. Good morning, Crystal. Charlie, Benji, 1959. Thank you all for the gifts. Martin's WB is here. Good morning, Martin. And Melissa Flinner. Thank you for all the gifts. Apparently, Ben must have seen it, Benji, 1959, because he said it's awesome and it's so funny. Oh, my gosh. Dobermom said all Amazon delivery semi-drivers. Is Amazon one of the guilty parties, James?
They are. They have a plethora of drivers that cannot speak English.
Oh, wow. So everybody's commenting on this video, Alex. You got to find it because I don't think I've seen it yet.
I'm trying that. It's not on. Let's see. There we go. All right. Let me bear with me. So it is on TikTok's audio.
Jingle bells, jingle bells, jingle all the way back to the places from which they came. Oh, what fun it is to ride a free flight out of our country. Jingle bells, jingle all the way. Any foreign country, as long as it's not here. Oh, what fun it is to ride in a one-horse open sleigh, dashing through the snow.
Oh, that's classic. That is absolutely classic. That was worth the wait. Everybody's laughing. Virgo 47 said that's awesome. Yeah, I agree. Oh my gosh. All right, well, let's see. So next up is Ford is taking a over $19 billion hit as it pulls back on electric vehicle plans, halting the F-150 Lightning production. And I speculated on the dispatch, is it possible that Ford could be bought out? Who would have the type of resources that could do that? Maybe Tesla? I don't know. Could we see a merger? I'm just speculating here. I have no idea. But the fact that the reality of EV vehicles is coming to light is encouraging to me. Now, we do have Samsung with this new battery technology, which could be a huge leap forward for electronic vehicles. But then that brings into question our electric grid. Can we handle it? Even if we had the power to put through it? That's a really good question. James, what do you think?
I don't think EV is going to go very much further. We talked about this a couple days ago and the abandonment of some of the EV mandates. And I think in states like Minnesota, where they make electric yard utility tools a mandatory thing, I think you're going to start seeing that stuff go away. As far as Ford being for sale, no, they're not going to sell. They're not going to sell out. Their problems were.
Well, they're a public company though, James, too, and they'd have to. The amount of money would be staggering, wouldn't it?
They do have quite a pile of cash involved in this. Obviously to tool all the building of those trucks, but they cite it was a weaker than expected EV demand. They have high inventory already, and significant EV losses and key supplier fires. So they just said we're going to scrap the whole thing, whether or not it comes back to light. I mean, they had production plants that sat idle for a year while people are trying to figure out, are we going to do this or are we not going to do this? So going forward, I think EV's flat on its face. I think you're going to see the Buick Regal and LaCrosse and all the popular vehicles that mom, dad, and everybody else liked come back. I think fossil fuel, we're not out of fossil fuel. We got plenty of it. I would rather see fossil fuel used than making these giant holes in the ground trying to get the key minerals for production of batteries.
Well, and fossil fuels is a misnomer anyway. It doesn't come from dinosaurs. It's something that's regenerated by the earth continually. So you're right. It's not going anywhere anytime soon as far as I'm concerned. But if we do have the technology to make battery, because the issue with electronics hasn't been the technology, it's been the battery capacity. And if they can figure that out, and it looks like Samsung has maybe figured that out, it might be a different story. Alex, what do you think?
Well, I gotta say that I agree with pure blood Holly Johns. Nuclear is the ticket.
I think that's one of them. I think nuclear, I think anti-rabitic technology, 0 point energy, Tesla technology. I mean, there's a whole bunch of them that we can look at. I mean, look at how many cars have been, or how many engines have been modified to run on water, but then it just goes away. Alex, what are your thoughts?
Yeah, I'm going to agree with pure blood Holly Johns. Bring back Pontiac. We've got to find a solution to the energy, crisis. Again, it goes back to the conversation we have about national security. If we can't power the country, we can't defend it.
Right.
So
Crystal Zeski said nuclear, two of those banging together, that would be interesting. Exactly. Sassy Minnesota girl said, I used to have a Buick Regal. That thing rode so smooth and had a Bose stereo system. Exactly. That's interesting. It must be a troll over on YouTube. I don't know what the heck they're trying to say over there on YouTube, but whatever. All right, let's see here. Next up on the hit list. So Elon Musk is beginning to fund the GOP's House and Senate campaigns for 2026 midterms. Now, I was under the impression that he's the richest man in the world, and somebody, I think it was David, corrected me saying that he's not. Who would be above Elon? Do we have any idea on that?
Well, let's ask. Who is the richest person in the world? have ideas, but I can't be wrong. I can't be wrong. I mean, I would have to think it's probably somebody over in the oil-rich countries, but well, no, it says Elon Musk, the richest person in the world. His net worth is estimated between 600 and 684 billion.
Yeah, that's what I thought. But again, I'm guessing that the Saudi Arabian princes and what have you probably don't reveal what they really have. But that's just a guess on my part. So if you have Elon Musk, who is, if not the richest person in the world, one of the richest people in the world, deciding to fund the GOP, where do you think that's going to take us, James?
Well, when you have the likes of George Soros getting cuffed and stuffed, and he doesn't have that money to help out the demo party, I think that Elon could be onto something for the GOP.
Right, exactly. Alex?
The next closest person is Larry Page with 260.
Who's that?
Larry Ellison, 250. Jeff Bezos, 220. Sergey Brin at 240. Zuckerberg at 200. Yeah. Warren Buffett, number 10 at 140.
Who is that second guy? I don't recognize his name.
Larry Page, co-founder of Alphabet.
Oh,
Google.
There we go. Of course. Doesn't surprise me. Glenn said, I can't see or hear. Can't see or hear what, Glenn? Is anybody else having issues with the feed? I don't know. Sassy Minnesota girl said, my husband had a Dodge Super Bee. He sold it for $200 and so regretted it later. Oh my gosh, a Super Bee? Wow. Those things
My first car was a 1970 plum crazy purple Cuda.
Yeah, I had a 1971 Plymouth Roadrunner that was purple originally. I get it.
And I'm not going to tell anybody here what or why I sold it, but man, I wished I had that car.
Purple,
So,
Sam?
If anybody's
What
looking to
that
get you a
means,
Christmas gift,
Yeah, I got your purple, James. Doug Rice said General Motors was on the verge of introducing hydrogen-powered vehicles. Then the Obama takeover shut it down. Well, I think we're going to see, we're going to be reverting either to something new or reverting to something that is older technology that was suppressed. I mean, these oil companies, they buy technology, put it on the shelf so nobody can use it to protect their market share. But I think those days are over. Pureblood Holly Johns likes your CUDA idea. Crystal Zeski said, if we all had the cars we had when we were kids, we would be in the rich leagues too. Exactly. Sherry said, my mom had a purple Gremlin with yellow stripes in the early 70s. God, I forgot all about the Gremlins. Which was the car that if you crashed into it from behind, it would blow up?
Pintos.
The Pinto, that's right. Yeah, geez. Could you imagine? Holy
Well,
smoke.
the gas tank was in the back.
Yeah, well, I
gas
think
tanks in the back of all cars.
Yeah. But for some reason, it had some kind of a manufacturing defect that when people hit it from behind, it could blow up or something. I don't remember all of it, but
I want the AMC Pacer.
the AMC Pacer. I tell you, there's no other country in the world that produced the ugliest cars than we did back in the 80s. My God, some of those were just terrible. Remember the Chrysler K cars? Those things were a joke. What an
How
absolute.
about the Vega?
The Vega, exactly. Oh my gosh. Towie Bixby said, I had a Pacer. PJ Party said, I had a 67 green Mustang. Oh, you're just showing off now, Peggy. Kelly Thurman, too, said The Thing. Oh, that was Volkswagen, wasn't it? The Thing?
Yeah.
Or was that the It? I don't remember.
No, that was the thing.
That was the Thing. Oh my gosh. David said 67 Triumph GT6 2000, literally a pocket rocket. Exactly. Martin's WB said the Ford Fiesta. Exactly. God, talk about ugly cars, right? Wow. Oh my gosh. Let's see here. Let's move on. But in terms of if Elon Musk is funding the GOP, if you're looking at it from a strictly dollars and cents standpoint, I don't see them being dethroned. And I have a lot of friends right now. Well, I shouldn't say a lot. There's one in particular that is so concerned that we're going to lose the House and we're going to lose the Senate. And if that's the way it goes, I don't believe much of it makes a difference at this point. I think under continuity of government, that's under control anyway. But as far as the movie or what's being presented to us, that's a different story. Grow Kind Hair Loss System said, in the UK, so different cars. I had a Humber Scepter in 1984 and I loved it. Cheryl, a Humber Scepter. I don't even know what that is. Do you know what that is, you guys?
Don't.
Yeah, maybe it was only in the UK. Sax Takari Esla Sevman is, you're putting something in the chat that's in a different language. And I'm sorry, I have no idea what language that is, but if you can convert it to English, we'll see if we can't get it answered for you. Richard Pacente. Hey, Richard's over here on YouTube. He said Pinto in South America means small genitals. Ford could not sell Pintos there. I didn't know that. Really? Wow. Talk about the facts from the obscure library. Richard wins the award on that one today. Jeez. All right, well, let's move on. So space.com had an article and it said that the Atlas V rocket launched 27 of Amazon's internet satellites to orbit. Do you guys think that we're going to see some sort of a merger or takeover with all these different space companies that are trying to get in and muscle in on SpaceX's territory? Or do you think it's going to be just typical capitalism, the better product wins? James?
Well, it's interesting. They all have to become part of the United Launch Alliance. So they're obviously going to have to be spec'd a certain way to get authorization to take flight to space. All 29 of the missions were assigned as of late 2021. They're now going to focus on the Vulcan Centaur rocket. The final flights for major customers like Amazon and Starliner for crew transport. The rockets were made by Lockheed Martin, and it costed them $153 million per launch. So I imagine that budget is going to come into play here as we move forward with Vulcan Centaur, and maybe they were able to trim some of that fat. Who knows? $153 million a launch is a lot of money, but on the flip side of that, how much money do they reap from every time they put a satellite in space?
Yeah, Alex, what are your thoughts?
It's I think what we'd all like to see is the best man win, right? But there has to be competition. I think the names are interesting. Vulcan, Star Trek,
which happens to be one of my favorite all-time series.
I know. That's why I brought it up, sir.
All right. What's up?
I don't know. We'll see.
I don't know either. I don't think anybody knows. Hey, Hokey Gigi just showed up. Hey, Hokey. Glad you made it.
Sponso.
Squiggly77 said Elon shoots rockets for fun. I know. Well, with what is it, $600 billion? I think he can't afford to do it. And again, I don't think for a second that's Elon Musk is not under submission to the powers that be, in my opinion. And if that is the case, the amount of revenue or the amount of wealth that he has is being utilized specifically and systematically for the benefit of the American people. And that's just my opinion. I can't bring the receipts, but that is, when you look at it from a logical standpoint, critical thinking standpoint, I think that's right on target. All right, let's do some sponsor announcements here. So as you all know, we're not going to show websites on the show anymore. We don't know what's going on with TikTok. There's all kinds of weird things happening over there. Oh, and another thing too, I get a lot of messages about this. When it comes to the subscriptions on TikTok, you have to become a super fan. If you're, oh, well, I don't know how to explain this, and I don't think TikTok has it figured out. I think they've made a change in the algorithm. And because there's some people that are regular subscribers that can join the live, there's other people that are regular subscribers and cannot join the lives that we have. I don't know what's going on with that. And a lot of the regular subscribers are not able to join the live only, the exclusive lives with subscribers. So I've sent messages to TikTok. I haven't heard anything back yet. My guess is they changed something and they're trying to figure it out. But in the meantime, if you really want to be part of our subscriber only lives, become a super fan. And that way I know for sure that you'll get in. So hopefully that helps. So first up, we have Mike Lindell, My Pillow. If you go to mypillow.com, enter in the discount code SAM, not only will you be benefiting this channel, you'll be benefiting Mike Lindell and a good American company. So subsequently, you are benefiting America. Secondly, we have Neil Naturopathic, the only chemical, toxin-free hair care products in the market today that I'm aware of. Go to neilnaturopathic.com, use the discount code SAM20, and you'll get a 20% discount on whatever you purchase. And of course, Dr. Peter Glidden. Dr. Glidden has put together a website where you can ask him just about any question you can imagine on health and wellness, and you'll get an answer. He also does live broadcasts twice a week for his subscribers. So if you go to my website, samshalhoub.com, click on Dr. Glidden's button in the upper right-hand corner, use the code SAM, you'll get a 30% discount. And of course, Best Line Racing, the best fuel and oil additives in the marketplace today. And Perry is going to be with us tomorrow. He's done some more extensive testing on his product, and he's going to be showing us the results. I think he's got some videos to show us as well. So we're going to be looking forward to that. And then Alex, what about meditation?
Studies show that it helps regulate hormones in the body, chemical release in the body. The health benefits are bar none. Links in my bio. You can purchase the beginner's guide to meditation if you purchase it between now and the end of the year. And I fixed the link on my website. It's really weird. I use Calendly to schedule those contacts, and my Calendly profile is completely gone.
Wow.
Completely gone. So I'm gonna have to set that back up. Give me probably half hour after the show's over, and I'll have it fixed.
That's what I use for my Bitcoin classes too, and I haven't had any problems. Although
my account's completely gone. I'm having to recreate it, which is really annoying because I had quite a few custom links set up, and it's tied to Stripe and several other things. So I'm very curious as to how and why that happened. So.
Yeah, now that you say that, I'm looking to see if my Calendly, I haven't seen, well, I'm going to have to look at it afterward because I don't know if you're having that issue. I wonder if I'm having it and I just don't know.
Well, I can test yours real quick. Hold on, Sam, but continue with the show.
Okay. Let's see here. David Morales says, I'll bet you butt nuts the deep state went for Elon, just like they did with Bill Gates. Well, I think that, and this is just my opinion, but I think that Elon, I think BlackRock,
yours is working.
Oh, okay. Thanks, Alex. State Street, I think they're all under submission, or they have been outright taken over, specifically because of executive orders 13818 and 13848. But again, speculation, but it seems logical to me. All right, let's see here. Next up, internal FBI memos warned that the Biden Department of Justice had no probable cause to raid Mar-a-Lago. The raid became a flashpoint in the battle between Biden and Trump ahead of the 2024 election. James, what do you make of it?
Well, after listening to the dispatch this morning, I kind of dove in to see if this, the aforementioned of President Trump said that he thought that this could have been an auto pen type of activity. Although I couldn't find anything that stated it was an auto pen event, the likelihood is about 50-50, but I still, like I said, I couldn't find the dirt on it. Obviously, it was a setup. They were hoping to find something, but they found nothing.
Well, and again, I think it set a precedent as well. Now that President Trump was raided, who's to say that that wouldn't apply to Obama or Bush or Clinton or any other to the deep state characters? Alex, what do you think?
It's such a changing narrative. I think from the White House and from how the press is reporting things, it gets very convoluted. So we're just going to have to be patient and see how it all ferrets itself out.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, Sam, as we're discussing this and Alex bringing up the news and how they put things out, I went and looked at some of the content that you had talked about in the dispatch under NBC News, and they still, to this day, talk down about President Trump. They're still putting him down, and I didn't think they were supposed to be doing that. The political ambition of a news agency.
Well, again, I believe that the Patriots control, for the most part, the mainstream media, and I think that they're bringing that public consciousness around in a very slow manner. And will we ever see them praising President Trump? Maybe not. But I think the people on the left that are so far left, you have to have some sort of middle ground, or they're lost forever. And we already know what 6% are going to be lost forever, 10%, whatever it is. We'll have to wait and see. Hey, Martini time just showed up. Hey, Martini, glad you could make it. I had another. Oh, I speak 1717 said, damn it, I'm invisible again. No, you guys. So if you're in the live with us, unless you put something in the chat, I don't know that you're there. There are so many ways, so many different screens I'm looking at, that the only thing I can really pay attention to are the chats on TikTok and on the other platforms. So it's not that you're not being heard. It's just that if it's not in the chat, then I typically don't see it, just to give everybody a heads up. Squiggly77 said, my wife needs to meditate 12 hours daily. I don't know, man. Does she need to, or do you need to? I don't know. We'll see. Nutty81 said, the speech tonight, I hope it's the one all patriots have been waiting for. Again, I would temper your expectations. We have been down this road so many times. It may be simply him coming out and wishing everybody a Merry Christmas, and, you know, the usual, the economy's great and this, you know, and the borders are closed, and, you know, his usual spiel. But again, we just don't know. I speak 1717 said, you weren't in my following again, had to search. Yeah. I don't know if we're being shadow banned. I don't know whether the algorithm changes on TikTok are affecting this, but across the board on TikTok, the numbers are low. I don't know why, but there's not really much I can do about it. So we just keep doing our thing and hoping for the best.
We can create a new account, the Daily Dispatch account. We
could. Yeah, we could. Talbani3 said, the far left will never come back to the middle. Well, you're probably, I think there's a certain percentage that will not. I think you're right, Talbani, but my hope is the majority of Americans will be united. And I think, in my opinion, and this is only my opinion, I think there's going to have to be a catalyzing event that takes place, much like 9/11. And I'm not saying that Twin Tower type, you know, catastrophe is going to happen, but something I think has to happen to unite the populace. Now, whether that's a whole bunch of small things all over the place, whether that's one major event, I don't know, but it sure seems to me like that's the way to bring unification. Well, James, what are your thoughts?
Well, I think you're probably right over the target, Sam. I think you're right over the target.
Yeah, Alex?
On target. I agree, 100%.
Kathleen Paschke over on Facebook said, I think he's going to talk about the $1 trillion worth from tariffs. That could, I'm sure tariffs are going to be part of it. I shouldn't say I'm sure. I would think tariffs are going to be part of it, but there's so many things to talk about. And, you know, President Trump, I don't always agree with everything he says or everything he does. But the reality is, I believe he's moving in the right direction. I believe the Patriots are moving in the right direction. And we will see a lot of really good things happening in the very near future. Extreme Diecast said, hey, everyone, at Sam, yes, I had to go to your profile to get the live too. Yeah, I don't know what's going on, you guys. It's just the weirdest thing. I don't know if it's intentional. I don't know if it's an algorithm change, but thank you for being persistent and finding us anyway. It's appreciated. Glad to have you here. All right. Let's see. Yeah, PJ Party said the same thing. Wow. Oh, well, I guess for whatever, I must have pissed somebody off or something. Or maybe actually it's probably James. It's probably James that did it, not me. Right, James?
Sure.
I'm joking with you, brother. All right, let's see. Next up.
I'm not so sure.
Oh, come on. You know I am. POTUS announced a blockade of all sanctioned oil tankers going in and out of Venezuela. Now, I think the first one that made the news, we kept the oil. Now, I don't know if that's going to continue to see. James, what's your perspective on this?
110. So right now there's 6 sanctioned ships. All all five that remain that are in their possession for now are no longer going to go in or out of their port. It furthers the chokehold on Venezuela, their economy, and their stronghold. Our stronghold is going to get bigger until they give back, according to President Trump, all the oil, all the land, and all the other assets they stole from us. And this is the best part of this particular subject for me. Susie Wiles, President Trump's chief of staff, says, this is great, the United States will continue our massive campaign until Maduro cries uncle. That's her words. Venezuela's oil is globally locked out by U.S. sanctions. How can we block all the tankers in and out of this Venezuela? Ask the United States Navy and their 11 warships how we can do that.
Exactly. It is.
That's
Yeah.
just bang right in there. Well, okay. I'll leave that alone.
Exactly. Barb7599 said, weird. Thankfully, I'm having no issues. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know why certain people are and others are not. Wendy said, or Benji1959 said, poor James. Wendy said, we love you, James. Glenn said, I'll take the blame, James. Exactly. D said, James, they're just jealous because they know we all love you. We do know you love him. We love it, and with good reason. With good reason. Let's see here. Larry43442 said, I was. I'm not sure what you were, Larry, but give me some more details there. Towie Bixby said, is Omar being deported or not? It's coming. I mean, come on. She married her brother. President Trump is talking about it. She's already been dealt with. We just haven't seen the optical rollout of it yet.
The interesting thing, her brother doesn't have anything to do with that scenario unfolding. If it unfolds, it's because her father came here and didn't follow the process, thus meaning that she, by proxy, would be a dreamer. And so if the Supreme Court rules that birthright citizenship is not given, then she's out.
Okay, so one best username ever said statute of limitations on the brother marriage, but her father committed immigration fraud.
Exactly.
Interesting. Huh.
She got by on the statute, but she didn't get by on the other part.
Okay, yeah. Well, I mean, she's
and I hope that she gets prosecuted for fraud before she gets deported.
Well,
the tar and feather thing.
Yeah, exactly. You know, I haven't seen Lisa Maria today. Have you guys seen her?
No, she won't be here today.
Oh, okay. I was going to say we need another one for the Interstatism book there, tar and feather.
Dave and I talked with her yesterday after the live at length, and she was quite spicy.
Is she okay?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, good. Okay, good. Okay. Dobermom 79 said, yes, fraud is bigger. 100%. Dave is over on Facebook and he said, let's go. What's this podcast about? Oh my gosh. Dave's creeping over on Facebook. Well, you're so on to you, Dave. If you're going to try and creep in the future, you probably don't want to have your name, Dave, up on the screen with a picture of yourself. That's the only way you're not going to get called out, David. Oh my gosh, that's classic. Okay, so this next story. Now, this was a story, I read it out on the Dispatch, but this actually happened a while ago. And for some reason, it's coming back into the narrative. A grand jury has indicted former National Security Advisor John Bolton on 18 felony charges. Now, that's old news, but for whatever reason, it's being brought up in the narrative again. Alex, what do you think?
Future proof past. I mean, how many indictments are sealed? How many things do we not know are going on? Because multiple people have said it. Just because you don't see something happening doesn't mean that there's not something happening. So again, I think we're just going to have to be patient. I think everything's probably going to be timed strategically, right? Chess, think about each move to position the midterms in the best possible way that we can, because reality is if we don't win the midterms, it's game over. It's game over, because we're right back to where we always end up, and things are locked and can't go either direction. And we gotta have House, we gotta have Senate, and we gotta have the presidency to get anything to move forward with regards to the agenda, for the most part.
And two of those linchpins, Alex, and they keep being brought up in the narrative, are the blue slips with the Senate and the filibuster. That those both need to go away. Now, I'm of the mind that if we are in continuity of government, it really doesn't much matter what takes place in the House or in the Senate. But from an optical standpoint, you're right. If we lose that optically, that's going to set us back, in my opinion. Now, I have to believe the Patriots are well on top of that. And, it reminds me of the Tennessee senator who just won. There was so much talk about, Tennessee's going to elect a blue senator and this, that, and the other in a red state. And then what wound up happening? The Republican won. Now, I'm not a proponent of Republicans versus Democrats. I'm an independent, but I am a proponent of conservatism and being a conservative and having conservative views. But in this particular situation, what is going to be revealed optically is the real question. James, what do you think?
Well, to go back to Bolton, he had 8 counts of unlawfully transmitting national defense information, and he had 10 counts of unlawfully retaining it. Both violate the Espionage Act. So after doing some digging in here, it's important to bring to light that only 30 to 40 federal cases have ever been brought in U.S. history for treason. And I know a lot of people talk about treason, and even here we talk about treason, but it's very, very difficult to prove. And why so few, we want to know. The high burden of proof, requiring 2 witnesses to the same overt act or confession, and proving specific intent to aid an enemy, making it far easier for prosecutors to use other, less demanding statutes for similar anti-government acts. So if that kind of explains why we don't go for the word treason, espionage carries the same punishment, and I like espionage better.
Well, treason and sedition as well, right?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Glenn said they need to take their money and put it in a tax refund program, arresting the politicians. Talbani 3 said the filibuster is huge because the left will do it. Yeah, I would agree. Benji 1959 makes a very good point. Ben said they must show a struggle. I think that's right. I mean, this is less about politics than it is about winning the hearts and minds of the people. And you have to win the hearts and the minds of the people in order for us to pull in the same direction. Doug Rice 59, and that's just my opinion. What do you think, James?
I agree with Doug Rice. Gitmo should be overflowing.
Yeah, exactly. Doug Rice is, and for all we know, it may already be, and we just don't know it. Alex?
Well, who shrunk Gitmo, and then who multiplied the size of Gitmo by 2/3? They're prepping for something.
On day one. On day one.
On day one. In preparation of what? I think we're seeing part of what it was in preparation for, but Act 2 and 3 have yet to unfold in this movie.
Right, and how many
3 more years? We got 3 more years.
And how many presidents before President Trump threatened and promised to close Gitmo? None of them being successful. President Trump comes in, sinks $100 million into Gitmo. Come on, man. Wake up. There is more going on there than meets the eye. And the Gitmo has a YMCA. I mean, come on, man. I mean, I don't know how much more obvious it has to be, in my opinion. Now, again, a lot of this is speculation based on logical inference, based on rational thinking, critical thought. But as we move forward, we're seeing more and more revealed as time goes on. It doesn't happen at once. It's not an event. It's a process. I Speak 1717 said, build it and they will come. Exactly. That's exactly
awesome.
right. Love that.
Field of Dreams, baby.
Exactly. All right. So last story of the day. President Trump's going to be speaking tonight at 6 o'clock Pacific time, 9 o'clock Eastern time. Now we're planning on going live tonight. I hope that you can join us. And yes, we will be on TikTok, X, Rumble, YouTube, and Facebook. Now we're going to try some different technical things today, I think, but suffice it to say that we will be alive. As many of us as can be. It may just be me. I don't know. Me and Alex, me and Dave, me and James. I don't know. But we're going to go live and just kind of monitor what President Trump says. I don't really seem to think that there's going to be anything earth-shattering said. I hope I'm wrong. But in fact, let's do a survey. If you think that there's something earth-shattering that's going to be said tonight by President Trump, put a 1 in the chat. If you don't think it's going to be earth-shattering, it's just going to be just business as usual, put a 2 in the chat. 1, earth-shattering. 2, not earth-shattering. Of course, Alex with a 3. Oh, my gosh. Let's see here. Beaver 2, Tim Shaw 2, Wendy 2, Squiggly 1, D 1. Full Mental, hey, Mental's here. Full Mental Jacket 2, Dobermom 79 1, NC Patriot 1, Brian 3, Towie Bixby 1, Nurse 2, Joy 2, Johnny B 2, Troy Armstrong 2, Lee 2, Squiggly 1, Wendy J 2, Melissa Flinner 2, Barb 7599 2, Rick Senior 2, Richard 1. Wow, that's a really mixed bag. I didn't expect that. Donna Fox 2, Weezer 2, Free to Be Me 2, unfortunately. Sassy Minnesota Girl 2, Benji 1959 1. Wow, it's really mixed. I didn't expect that, you guys. I thought that Deb M2, Sue B 1, IW Rainy 3 2, Gen X Holt. Hey, Gen X 50-50. Yeah, it could go either way. Christy B 78 2, John Langloy 1.5. There's always got to be one in the crowd, isn't there, John? Dobermom 79 1, Martin's WB 2, Crystal Zesky 2, Lynn Sism 2, Martini Time 1. What's that, Alex?
Nothing. I'm just telling people to tap.
Oh, Special Case 765, 2.5. Come on, you guys. You're busting my chops here. Andrea Lynn 1. Andrea Lynn 81 2. Towie Bixby. Oh, she's our cheerleader in the background there, telling everybody to do it. Rick Senior said, "What's your guess, Sam?" I don't think it's going to be anything earth-shattering. I hope that it is. I would love to see him come out and say, "My fellow Americans, the storm is upon us," but I don't see that happening. But again, that's just my.
Well, think about the first post that I read. National Presidential Alert System. Why was this created and tested? Information warfare. Is he saying he's going to come out to stir something up, or is he going to drop the hammer? Is he just going to tell us Merry Christmas? And something we haven't talked about, the caliber of men that were standing behind him when he signed the last executive order,
Military men.
Making a particular compound bad.
100%.
Incredible photo. If that's not a storm, I don't know what is, buddy.
Yeah. Vonnie Darling over on Facebook said 1. Richard Pacenti said 1.5. Kathleen Paschke said a real positive speech. And most importantly, David Morales said, look hard for optics. I think that's a very, very good point, David. Very good point. All right. So that's all we have for. Let's see what you got. I can't believe. Well, I can believe it, but you guys pulled it off. 106,000 likes. I didn't think we were going to get there. I think we were at like 40,000 just a few minutes ago. All right, so we're going to be signing off on X, YouTube, Facebook, and Rumble now, because you know we can't play the YMCA over there. Thank you, everybody, for being here. Watch for us tonight, 6 p.m. Pacific time, 9 Eastern time. We're going to see if we can't get President Trump on with us. Well, not with us.